So the Attend Anywhere platform is a video consultation platform. It's been centrally procured by NHS Improvement. We're part of a pilot testing out its clinical use, in our case, within ophthalmology. And it's been fully signed off by Information Governance at Moorfields for use in clinical services. So I'm going to show you this both from the perspective of the patient and the doctor as we go along. So from the doctor's perspective, you go along to the nhs.attendanywhere.com platform. You sign in. All my details are obviously already filled out. And you can then see we've got waiting areas and meeting rooms. Now, waiting areas, that's the bit where you go to see patients to do video consultations. Meeting rooms, we can use those internally if we wish to execute multidisciplinary team meetings or just chat about patients in general. If we go into the waiting areas, you can see that we have a selection of different waiting areas here. These are for a couple of pilots we are already running. We'll be able to set up as many waiting areas as we want. That's been centrally procured for us, so that's fantastic. So we could have one of these for strabismus, one for glaucoma, or we can go down into even more minute details of that. So one, for example, for a paediatric anterior segment clinic. We can set up as many as we want for the time being. We're just going to go into Moorfields test. Now, here you can see there's nobody waiting to be seen in this area. Over here, we have the URL that patients are going to use to access it. I'm hoping I'll be able to put these two videos together afterwards. So, on my mobile phone, I have now gone to that URL, and I'm going to put my details in here. It only requires first name and last name, although we're probably going to want patients to put their date of birth in for further identification. I'll click continue on there. Now, unfortunately, I'm not on the fastest of internet connection right now. We have the patient consents, they understand it's not an emergency service. And there we are. It's showing my drink on there. We're going to let the patient change to a front-facing camera. So that's the patient there. They are ready to go. And we can see, if we go back over here to the clinician's view, that Peter Thomas has appeared in our waiting area. You can see from the telephone, it's told me I'm first in the queue. Now let's suppose I'm running very late. I may want to send a message. So let's say notify I'm running 30 minutes late. And we can see that that has appeared in the patient's view. Now let's suppose we're ready to see this patient, Peter Thomas. We simply click on join call. And this is essentially all there is to it. You can see the two different views of me, and echoing because I've got my phone right next to my laptop here. But that's essentially how it works. We can add extra people, we can share what's on our screen, we can transfer to a different clinician if we want to. And when we're all done, we simply click on end. We're going to end the call for everybody. You can see on both phone and on the desktop that the call has ended. And now back on the clinician's view, we can see that there are no calls waiting in that waiting area. So that's it by way of quick introduction. It's quite a nice system in that we can run through this in a standard waiting list format that we're used to in the NHS, so we could simply just work our way from top to bottom.